Bornean Orangutan. The Bornean orangutan is the most robust species of the Asian great apes, native to the island of Borneo. It is physically characterized by a broader face and a coarse, dark orange coat. These apes function as the heavy engineers of the canopy. Because they lack natural predators on the ground in many parts of their range, they are more willing to descend from the trees than their cousins. Mature males are defined by their massive cheek pads, which act as a biological amplifier for their long call vocalizations, allowing them to broadcast their presence across vast territorial distances. Sumatran Orangutan. Found exclusively on the island of Sumatra, this species is the intellectual elite of the orangutan lineage. Physically sleeker with longer, paler facial hair, the Sumatran orangutan is more arboreal than the Bornean orangutan, and researchers have linked this difference in part to higher predation risk, where Sumatran tigers overlap their range. They demonstrate a high operational capacity for tool use, frequently observed using sticks as probes to extract seeds from fruit or fishing for insects and honey. They are more socially inclined than their Bornean counterparts, often gathering in groups when food is abundant. Tapanuli Orangutan. The Tapanuli orangutan is the rarest and most recently identified species of great ape, confirmed only in 2017. Native to a tiny high-altitude pocket of the Batang Toru forest in North Sumatra, this species represents an ancient, isolated lineage. While they share the island with the Sumatran orangutan, they are genetically more distinct, possessing frizzier hair and a unique vocal signature. With fewer than 800 individuals remaining, it is critically endangered and the rarest great ape, restricted to a small and fragmented habitat. Western gorilla. The western gorilla is the most widely distributed species of the genus, inhabiting the lowland rainforests and swamp forests of Central and West Africa. They are smaller and more slender than their eastern cousins, often displaying a brownish or grayish tint to their fur. This species includes the western lowland gorilla, which is the primary subspecies encountered in human-managed environments, and the cross-river gorilla, a highly elusive population restricted to the border region of Nigeria and Cameroon. They are primarily herbivorous, using their immense physical strength to forage for roots, shoots, and fruit. Eastern gorilla. The eastern gorilla is the largest living primate on the planet, found in the high altitude and lowland forests of the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Uganda, and Rwanda. This species is divided into two distinct subspecies: the mountain gorilla, characterized by thick black fur adapted for cold high-altitude conditions, and Grauer's gorilla, the largest gorilla subspecies. They operate under a strict command and control social structure, led by a dominant silverback, who provides security and decides the group's movement through their rugged, high-stakes environment. Chimpanzee. The chimpanzee is the most tactical and aggressive of the non-human apes, native to the forests and savannas of Central and West Africa. They live in complex, patriarchal, fission-fusion societies where political alliances and territorial defense are primary objectives. Chimpanzees are the most proficient non-human toolmakers, known for using stones as hammers, manufacturing spears for hunting, and utilizing medicinal plants. Their behavioral profile is defined by high-level problem-solving, coordinated hunting, and occasionally engaging in organized warfare against rival groups. Bonobo. The bonobo, found exclusively south of the Congo River, is the matriarchal counterpart to the chimpanzee. While physically similar, though more slender and gracile, their social doctrine is built on cooperation rather than conflict. Bonobo society is led by female coalitions, and they are famous for their peace-first philosophy, utilizing social bonding and sexual contact as the primary mechanism for tension reduction and conflict resolution. They are highly empathetic and have been observed sharing food with unfamiliar bonobos outside their own group. Human. The human is the global generalist of the ape family, characterized by a lack of thick body hair and a skeletal structure optimized for obligate bipedalism. While other apes are restricted to specific tropical habitats, the human has utilized externalized intelligence, technology, clothing, and fire to colonize every continent. Their primary operational advantage is symbolic language and the ability to transmit complex information across generations. This species has moved beyond biological specialized niches to become the world's most dominant and technologically advanced primate. Lar Gibbon. Commonly known as the white-handed gibbon, this species is the most recognizable member of the lesser apes, found throughout Southeast Asia. Its primary visual ID marker is the ring of white fur encircling its black face and its distinctive white hands and feet. The Lar Gibbon is a master of acoustic signaling, utilizing elaborate, high-pitched duets between mated pairs to define territorial boundaries and maintain social cohesion. Like all gibbons, their primary operational doctrine is brachiation, using their exceptionally long arms to swing through the canopy at high speeds, making them some of the most mobile primates in the Asian rainforest. Agile Gibbon. Found on Sumatra and the Malay Peninsula, including southern Thailand, the Agile Gibbon is a high-speed canopy specialist. Unlike the Lar Gibbon, it lacks white hands and feet, instead possessing a coat that ranges from golden brown to nearly black. It is specialized for high-stakes mobility, capable of clearing gaps of up to 50 feet in a single leap. Their territorial defense strategy relies on a complex vocal repertoire. The females produce a great call that serves as a long-distance acoustic beacon to warn off rival pairs from their resource-rich home ranges. Bornean white-bearded gibbon. Located in southern Borneo, especially Indonesian Kalimantan, roughly between the Kapuas and Barito River systems, the Bornean white-bearded gibbon is defined by its striking pale facial fringe that contrasts against its darker coat. Formerly considered a subspecies of the Agile gibbon, it is often treated as a distinct species based on genetic evidence, though classification can vary by authority. They are key canopy frugivores, using brachiation to forage for fruit and helping disperse seeds across Borneo's lowland forests, including peat swamp areas. Müller's gibbon. Endemic to the island of Borneo, Müller's gibbon is the gray specialist of the family. Unlike many other gibbons that show high color variation, this species is almost uniformly gray or brownish-gray, providing excellent camouflage within the dappled light of the Bornean dipterocarp forests. They operate in small family units, and mated pairs perform coordinated duets with individually distinctive song patterns to defend territory and reinforce pair bonds. Abbott's gray gibbon. Abbott's gray gibbon is endemic to western Borneo, occurring in Indonesian Kalimantan and Malaysia's Sarawak. It is distinguished by its uniform, low-visibility, mouse-gray coat, which lacks the high-contrast markings found in many other gibbon species. This muted aesthetic provides effective camouflage within the dense, multi-layered dipterocarp forests. Like its northern relatives, it is a master of arboreal navigation, maintaining its territory through rhythmic vocalizations that signal its presence to rival groups across the western sector. Northern gray gibbon. The northern gray gibbon is found in northeastern Borneo, including Sabah, Brunei, and parts of Kalimantan, with its range extending south toward the Mahakam River area. It is physically darker than Abbott's variant, often appearing in deep charcoal or dark brown tones, with a starkly black facial mask and a pale fringe. They are the high canopy experts of the northern forests, utilizing an incredible strength-to-weight ratio to swing through the trees with unmatched agility. They operate in tight-knit family units, using loud, bubbling calls to mark their specific operational zones. Pileated Gibbon. The Pileated Gibbon, found in parts of Thailand, Cambodia, and Laos, utilizes a visual encryption system known as sexual dimorphism. Males are entirely black with white fringes around their faces, while females are a pale silvery gray with a black cap and chest patch. This stark difference allows for immediate visual identification of personnel within the canopy. They are highly territorial and possess a unique vocal signature that is more rhythmic and staccato than the melodic songs of their cousins, serving as an effective deterrent to intruders in the dense monsoon forests. Silvery Gibbon. Native exclusively to the island of Java, the Silvery Gibbon is the stealth operative of the genus. It is characterized by its long silvery blue fur and a dark gray cap. Due to the extreme habitat fragmentation on Java, this species is one of the most endangered and high-threat apes in existence. They are generally more quiet and elusive than other gibbons, preferring a low observable profile to avoid detection. When they do vocalize, their calls are distinctively hoot-like, lacking the trilling whoops common to the mainland species. Kloss's gibbon. Isolated on the Mentawai Islands off the coast of Sumatra, Kloss's gibbon, or the Bilu, is the most primitive and stripped-down member of the genus. It is entirely black, lacking any white markings, and has shorter fur than its mainland relatives. Its most unique operational feature is its song. While almost all other gibbons engage in synchronized duets, Kloss's gibbon pairs never sing together. Instead, the males and females have separate, highly melodic solo performances, with the male's song considered by many to be the most complex and beautiful musical output in the primate world. Western Hoolock Gibbon. The Western Hoolock is the primary heavyweight operative of the Hoolock lineage, native to the forest fragments of northeast India, Bangladesh, and western Myanmar. It is physically distinguished by two thick, widely separated white eyebrows that serve as a high-contrast visual ID against its black coat. Like all Hoolocks, this species displays extreme sexual dimorphism, with males remaining black and females transitioning to a golden tan camouflage upon maturity. The Western Hoolock is currently classified as a high-threat asset due to severe habitat loss, operating in isolated cells of forest that make regional coordination and genetic exchange difficult. Eastern Hoolock Gibbon. The eastern Hoolock is separated from its western counterpart by the Chindwin River, a natural, demilitarized zone that has facilitated distinct evolutionary tracks. This species is identified by white eyebrows that are narrower and often positioned so closely together they appear to merge at the bridge of the nose. Additionally, some populations feature a white tuft of hair on the chin or hands, a uniform detail not seen in the western variety. They occupy the more continuous forest tracts of northern Myanmar and southern China, maintaining a more stable territorial doctrine through high-volume, synchronized duets that can be heard across entire valleys. Skywalker Hoolock Gibbon. Identified as a distinct operational unit only in 2017, the Skywalker Hoolock is a high-altitude specialist found in the rugged Gaoligong Mountains on the border of China and Myanmar. While it shares the general physical chassis of other Hoolocks, it features a unique stealth aesthetic. Its white eyebrows are much thinner and look brushed, and it completely lacks the white beard or chin tuft found in the eastern Hoolock. Its vocal signatures are also distinct, operating at different frequencies than its cousins. Named both for its mountaintop habitat and as a nod to popular culture, this species remains one of the most elusive and deep cover primates in the world. Northern White-cheeked Gibbon. The northern white-cheeked gibbon is the high-contrast communications specialist of the crested gibbon lineage, native to the forests of Vietnam, Laos, and southern China. Its primary visual ID is the large, brilliant white patches of fur on the cheeks of the males, which flare outward and connect beneath the chin. Like all members of its group, it follows a chromatic life cycle, where both sexes are born blonde, turn black after 1 year, and then only the females return to a permanent blonde camouflage at maturity. Their acoustic doctrine is highly complex, featuring a long accelerating call that serves as a multi-layered signal for territorial defense and pair bonding. Southern white-cheeked gibbon. The southern white-cheeked gibbon is a lowland operative found in the central regions of Vietnam and Laos. While it shares the general chassis of the northern species, its visual signature is more restricted. The white cheek patches on the males are smaller and do not extend as far up toward the ears, often appearing more like a thick mustache than a full facial mask. Their operational zones are frequently fragmented, making them highly vulnerable to habitat disruption. They maintain a distinct vocal frequency that allows them to communicate through the dense, humid jungle canopy of the southern sectors. Yellow-cheeked gibbon. Found in the eastern forests of Cambodia, Vietnam, and southern Laos, the yellow-cheeked gibbon is defined by its chromatic variation. Instead of the stark white patches found in other species, the males possess deep reddish-yellow or orange cheek fur that provides a warmer, tactical aesthetic against their black coats. Females are characterized by a vibrant blonde or golden coat with a small, dark crown patch. They are highly efficient foragers, utilizing their high-speed brachiation to exploit seasonal fruit sources across large, multi-layered forest territories. Northern buff-cheeked gibbon. The northern buff-cheeked gibbon is a strategic variant found in the border regions of Vietnam, Cambodia, and Laos. Similar to its yellow-cheeked relative, the males are identified by their deep buff or golden-colored cheek patches, while females feature a bright blonde coat with a dark crown. This species was officially recognized as a separate unit only in 2010, based on distinct vocal frequencies and genetic markers. They represent a distinct crested gibbon lineage and persist in humid upland forests along the Vietnam-Laos-Cambodia border region. Eastern black-crested gibbon. Also known as the cow-vit gibbon, this is one of the most critically endangered primates in the world, operating within a very small high-stakes sector on the border between China and Vietnam. For decades, it was feared to be extinct until a small population was rediscovered in 2002. They possess a subtle, visual profile, with males lacking the prominent white or yellow cheeks of their cousins, and instead appearing almost entirely black with a tall, pointed crest of hair. Their survival depends on a single, isolated forest fragment, making them a priority asset for international conservation efforts. Western black-crested gibbon. The western black-crested gibbon is the vanguard of the crested gibbon group, found in the high-altitude forests of Yunnan, China, as well as parts of Laos and Vietnam. The males are entirely black with a prominent, upright, tactical crest on the top of the head, while the females possess a pale yellow coat with a large, distinct black patch on the chest and head. They are known for their multi-party vocalizations, where a single male often sings in coordination with multiple females, a social doctrine that differs from the strictly monogamous duets seen in most other gibbon species. Hainan Gibbon. The Hainan Gibbon is the rarest ape on Earth, and perhaps the most endangered mammal in existence. Found only in the Bawangling area on Hainan Island, China, the entire world population was estimated at about 42 individuals. They are a high-value evolutionary lineage that has been pushed to the absolute brink of extinction. Their operational profile is extremely limited. The entire species lives within a few square kilometers of forest. Because their numbers are so low, any single environmental threat or disease could permanently offline the entire species, making their protection the most urgent mission in primate conservation. Siamang. The Siamang is the heavyweight operative of the lesser apes, nearly double the size of its closest relatives. Native to the high canopy forests of Sumatra and the Malay Peninsula, it is easily identified by its shaggy jet-black coat and a specialized inflatable gular sac located at the throat. This sac acts as a powerful acoustic amplifier, allowing the Siamang's calls to carry for a few kilometers, roughly up to about 2 miles or 3 kilometers, through dense vegetation. It is also characterized by a unique webbing between its second and third toes, a structural detail that gives the species its scientific name. Operating in monogamous pairs, the Siamang utilizes synchronized, high-volume duets to maintain territorial integrity, while its massive arm span allows for the most powerful swinging in the primate world. Thanks for watching. Which ape did you not even know existed before this video? Let me know in the comments. Also, remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video.